The cabin lights flickered as turbulence punched through the aircraft, sending a ripple of panic through the passengers. People clutched their armrests, whispered prayers, or stared helplessly at the shaking ceiling panels. Then came the moment that cracked every heart wide open. The pilot's voice, strained and heavy, echoed through the speakers. "Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for crash landing." A scream burst from the back. A baby cried. Someone near the aisle fainted. Suddenly the aircraft felt smaller, tighter, like the air itself had turned to ice. Everyone looked around, desperate for something, anything that could save them. In the middle of that chaos, in seat 14C, sat a quiet farmer named Liam Cooper. He had dirt permanently settled into the lines of his palms, sunburned skin from years spent under open skies, and eyes that always seemed calm, even now. He had boarded the plane to visit his daughter for the first time in 6 months, carrying nothing but a small backpack and a heart full of hope. But now hope felt far away. The plane jerked violently as one of the engines spat flames. Oxygen masks dropped. Flight attendants rushed through the aisles, shouting, "Everyone sit down! Heads low! Brace position!" Their voices cracked with fear. Liam didn't panic. He unbuckled his seatbelt. The woman next to him gasped, "Sir, what are you doing?" "We're crashing!" Liam stood, steady as a tree. "I know. That's why I need to help." He stepped into the aisle. The senior flight attendant blocked his path. "Sir, return to your seat immediately." Liam shook his head. "I used to fly crop duster planes. 15 years. Low altitude, high risk. I can stabilize a failing aircraft, at least enough to buy time." The attendant stared, uncertain whether to hope or fear more. But another explosion rattled the cabin, and the plane dipped hard to the right. People screamed as loose bags crashed from the overhead bins. There wasn't time to debate. "Fine," the attendant whispered. "Come with me, quickly." They rushed toward the cockpit. Inside, the situation was worse than anyone imagined. Smoke hazed the narrow space. Warning alarms blared non-stop. The captain, sweating through his uniform, fought to keep the aircraft level. The co-pilot, pale and shaking, read numbers that made Liam's stomach drop. "Right engine gone. Hydrodynamics unstable. Autopilot offline. We're losing altitude fast. Can we glide?" The captain barked, "Not with this weight and wind direction. We're descending too fast." The captain cursed under his breath. "We'll have to ditch. Maybe in the river if we reach it." Liam stepped forward. "Or you can let me help." The captain turned sharply, startled to see a stranger in the doorway. His eyes scanned Liam's rough clothes, the dirt under his nails, and disbelief filled his voice. "Who the hell are you?" "Liam Cooper, farmer. But I've flown small planes most of my life. Crop dusters, emergency landings, wind shear training. No, this isn't the same, but I can steady her. I've been in failing aircraft before." The co-pilot snapped, "Sir, this is a commercial airliner, not a crop duster." Liam didn't flinch. "I know. But your captain is exhausted. You've got partial control failure, and you're both 2 seconds away from burnout. Let me help steady the descent." Another violent jolt nearly threw them off their feet. The captain grabbed a handle, breathing hard. His voice trembled for the first time. "We're out of options." The co-pilot whispered, "Sir, we need every hand we can get." Smoke thickened. The aircraft trembled like a wounded creature. The alarm screamed louder. The captain closed his eyes for a moment, then exhaled shakily. "All right, 14C." He stepped aside. "Take the controls." Liam slid into the pilot's seat. It felt massive under his hands, heavier and more complex than anything he had flown before. But the principles were the same: lift, drag, thrust, gravity. 4 forces that didn't care about the size of a plane. He grabbed the yoke. The aircraft immediately responded, but weakly, like it was fighting back. "Co-pilot," Liam said firmly, "read me the instrument data. Captain, help with stabilizers and monitor wind shear. I'll take manual control." The captain nodded. Liam tilted the yoke slightly. The plane shuddered, dipped, then straightened a little, just enough to stop the free fall. Passengers felt it immediately. Instead of plummeting, the descent softened. People who had been crying opened their eyes. Some whispered, "What's happening? Are we okay?" In the cockpit, Liam kept steady pressure on the controls. His voice was calm, almost too calm for the chaos around him. "She's heavy, but she's listening." The captain looked at him with amazement. "Where did you learn this?" Liam's eyes stayed locked on the horizon. "On my farm. When your life depends on the sky, you learn to respect it." Wind roared against the cracked windows. Flames flickered along the right wing. The valley below grew closer. Too close. Liam tightened his grip. "This isn't over," he said. "But we're not dying in the sky today." And for the first time since the pilot's warning, hope returned to the falling aircraft. The cockpit vibrated as the aircraft tore through rough air. Liam Cooper kept both hands firm on the controls, sweat dripping down his temples. He could feel the aircraft fighting him, heavy, stubborn, wounded, but he didn't let go. Behind him, the captain read off the altitude, voice tight. 7,000 feet. 6,000. Descent still too fast. The co-pilot added, "We won't make the river at this angle." Liam stared through the cracked windshield. The world below rushed closer, patches of forest, winding roads, and far ahead, a long stretch of open land. His muscles tensed. "I'm not aiming for the river," he said quietly. "I'm going for that open field." The captain leaned forward. "You think you can land on farmland? This is a 70-ton aircraft." Liam didn't blink. "I've landed broken planes on worse. If we hit the field just right, we slide. If we miss, we don't get a second chance." The co-pilot swallowed. "What do you need?" Liam took a breath. "Captain, I need you to manage flaps manually. Co-pilot, watch the left engine temperature. If it spikes, shut it down before it explodes." The captain nodded. The co-pilot's hands hovered over the controls. Liam angled the nose slightly upward. The whole plane groaned, metal screaming under stress. Passengers felt the shift. Some lifted their heads. Others braced harder, gripping the seats. A little girl whispered to her mother, "Mom, are we going to fall?" Her mother, voice shaking, replied, "No, sweetheart. Someone's helping." In 14C, where Liam had sat minutes ago, someone finally said his name. The farmer, the one who stood up. "He's flying the plane." Hope spread like a small flame across the cabin. Back in the cockpit, the co-pilot shouted, "Altitude, 4,000 feet." Liam steadied the throttle. The aircraft dipped lower. The field was in view now, long, rough, uneven, wild. A normal pilot wouldn't even attempt landing there. But Liam was not a normal pilot. He had brought planes home through fires, storms, dust devils, and wind shears. When you flew crop dusters, you danced with death every day. 3,000 feet. "Wind cross-current from the right side," the captain warned. "I feel it," Liam muttered. He used his left foot to adjust the rudder, compensating for the side push. The plane shifted slightly, realigning with the field. 2,000 feet! The co-pilot called out. Smoke thickened. Warning alarms shrieked again. Then the worst happened. The left engine sputtered. The co-pilot yelled, "Engine temperature rising, out of limits." "Shut it," Liam commanded instantly. The co-pilot shut the engine. Both engines were now silent. They were gliding on nothing but gravity and hope. The plane descended faster. "We're going down hard," the captain said. "Not if I angle this right," Liam whispered. He pulled the yoke back gently, nudging the nose up, trying to flatten their descent. Every second felt like a lifetime. Every vibration felt like it might tear the plane apart. "Brace for impact," the captain shouted. The ground surged upward. The plane slammed into the field. A violent jolt threw everyone forward. The landing gear snapped with a deafening crack. The aircraft skidded, plowing through tall grass and tearing deep scars across the soil. Metal screeched. Sparks burst. The wings clipped the earth, sending chunks of dirt flying. "Hold it! Hold it!" Liam grunted, fighting the yoke with everything he had. The cockpit shook like an earthquake. The plane slid another 100 meters, 50, 20. Then finally, it stopped. Silence. A deep, ringing silence after a storm that should have killed them all. Liam sat still, breathing hard, eyes closed for a moment. The captain whispered, "We're alive." In the cabin, people slowly lifted their heads. Cries turned into gasps, gasps into sobs. Then cheers erupted, raw, relieved, overflowing. A man shouted, "We made it!" A mother hugged her child. A teenager wiped tears off her face. A flight attendant collapsed into a seat, trembling with shock and gratitude. Fire trucks, ambulances, and rescue vehicles raced toward the field from a distant road. The captain turned to Liam, eyes wet. "Mr. Cooper, you saved 178 lives." Liam looked at his hands that smelled of soil, not steel. Hands made for lifting sacks of grain, not saving airplanes. He gave a small, humble smile. "I just did what I had to. Sky doesn't forgive mistakes. But today, it gave us a second chance." When the rescue team opened the door, sunlight poured into the cabin. Liam stood up first. Passengers clapped as he walked down the aisle. Some reached out to touch his arm. Others thanked him with trembling voices. He felt overwhelmed, but he nodded politely to every single one. Outside, as paramedics checked people for injuries, a reporter rushed forward. "Sir, were you the one who landed the plane?" Liam shrugged lightly. "I drive tractors. I tend fields, and I used to fly. Today, that was enough." The captain came beside him, placing a hand on his shoulder. "No, today you were more than enough." Liam turned to look at the damaged aircraft resting in the field, smoke curling lazily from its broken wing. It was the field that saved them, but it was the man from seat 14C who gave everyone another sunrise. And from that day on, passengers remembered one thing clearly.